Okay, in this video we're going to clean it up by looking at some of the other features that you can take advantage of when editing video through the Photos app, the Microsoft Photos app. These are fairly simple actually, and you should just know that they can be applied independently to each of your clips. So even if you didn't need, let's say, to trim, to throw away any piece of your video, if you broke it up into pieces, that would be one way of applying these particular features. Okay, the first being, and I'm selected on my first piece, so if I've been selected on my second, or if I am selected on my second, then what I do is going to apply to that. Let's start with the first one. You have some filters. These will just kind of put a cast over your video, change the way it looks a little bit. Original is untouched, and then you can pixelate. If for some reason you wanted to pixelate it, you can basically just give it different looks here. So I don't know how useful or how often you would use something like this, but it is available to you if you want to try that. Okay, the second thing is, and probably the most useful, is the text feature. So in here I can just put text over the top of my video. So here I'll just say welcome. Now once I put the text in, I can pick a style. And then you can also pick a layout. So you can see my welcome is over the top of the slide. I really don't want that. Maybe I would just like it up at the top here so you can still see most of the slide. Different variations. You can put it at the top, the bottom. The left is sometimes a good option depending on what you're doing, the left or right, usually left. Okay, so you simply add that and you say done. And the issue I have with it, a feature that I wish they would include, is one to let you regulate how long it stays on the video. So let's take a look. So you can see it's up there for a few seconds and then it disappears, and to my knowledge there's no way of saying I want it to remain on a video from this time to this time. There are other ways to do that, but since this series of videos is focusing on what you can do in Photos, just know that. Now if I did come to the second one and I click text, and I kept it a classic for consistency, and I said part 2, again, consistent. Okay, we know that that starts approximately 29 seconds into the video, so let me just see the transition here. So you'd like to be able to splice it together. Okay, then I get back on track, and now we can get this portion of the video up. So again, not a bad feature. You can put it on individual parts. I personally would not want to be going through the trouble of cutting my video up into half a dozen or 20 parts, whatever, just so I could use that text feature. So it's available to you. It's somewhat limited in my opinion. This motion option will just take what's on your screen and it will zoom it. So for instructional videos, I don't know that this is terribly useful. This is a nice feature if you're putting together pictures and maybe some videos of a family vacation or something that's purely for entertainment. You can do that. You can pick this up, and then while it's on that section of the video, it's going to zoom in from the right, or it's going to zoom out, pan from left to right, or pan from right to left. Things like that. I'm going to cancel that as well. And then there are 3D effects. So there are certain things that you, it's going to take a second to load here, but there are little sparkles and various other things you can do on the video. Again, this is not appropriate, especially with this one, because nothing on my video really moves. But if I was taking a video where there were several subjects and they were moving around, I could actually do something like take leaves and attach them to a certain area of the video. You can see that when I do this, there is a duration. And there you go. So it's cute. For instructional video, I'm not sure exactly how useful it is either. For an entertainment type of video that would be different. And there are some options there. So you can, the effects are things that actually move. And here's a 3D library of different types of things that can be added. Again, I'm not going to go into that because I don't personally see the usefulness of this in the type of video that we're making. Okay, that covers this tool for the most part. It's simple, but what it does get you at a minimum is that ability to trim video, throw away pieces you don't want, shorten, etc., and the video and the option or the ability to splice videos together, which is big.